Hey everybody, how you doing? It's Greg Hamilton. Taking a break from my workout videos. I don't want to overload you with that. I'm sure you guys get the point that I'm not disabled. The reason for this video, I just want to discuss some minor issues that I think need to get out there. Just a quick, brief recap of my story. I was forced to retire on a made-up fake disability. They said my shoulder's too disabled to work to finish my last 2 years. I was eligible to retire in 2 years. I had almost 18 years on the job. I caught them lying. I have tape recorded evidence of them lying. My range of motion in my medical exam was almost perfect. What they wrote on paper were two different things. They wrote that I agree with this whole thing. Numerous times I argued that I don't agree with this, but they blatantly wrote on paper that I agreed with this, which makes them be able to argue that I kind of validated I wanted this to happen. That was wrong. They lied about numerous things, and I have the proof of that. This video is not about that. What this video is about is the type of cop I was. My goal in life was, when I became a cop, was to help people and to be a good cop. If I pulled you over and I asked you, do you know why I'm stopping you, and you told me the truth, guess what? I cut you a break because you didn't lie to me. And that was the thing. I would always tell you why I pulled you over, because you deserve to know that. I always gave people the respect they deserve. Listen, granted, there's certain situations that might not warrant certain things, but my goal was to just treat people with respect. Treat them as if it was a cop dealing with my own family, and just give them the respect. Now, if you disrespected or you raised it to another level, then of course it was going to go somewhere different. But initially, I don't care what the situation was, bad, good, negative, positive, I treated you like a human being, and I just don't understand how I could develop that type of reputation and yet be kicked off the job 2 years before I was getting ready to retire. They want to preach community service and community interactions and positive relationships. Well, here you have somebody that was a recruiter for 10 years, helping the community as most as I could. Like I said before, I found people jobs that weren't even eligible to become cops, because I was a recruiter for the police department looking for cops. If you weren't eligible to become a cop, I didn't just blow you off. I would help you find a job, regardless. I would reach out to contacts and connections I had that weren't even related to the police department and try to find you a job there. That's the type of service I gave. I tried to help people the most I can, but yet I get kicked off the job 2 years before I was eligible to retire. I just don't get that. You have cops now that are out there, and supervisors that are getting arrested for, dealing drugs, stealing, crimes against children, and yet I'm the one that gets kicked off the job. I just don't understand that. That's something that I need to really would like an answer about, because what did I do to deserve to get kicked off the job 2 years before I was reaching my goal? I became a cop not to become a millionaire. I became a cop to help people, to provide a service, to change people's opinions. I've always wanted to make sure that if you didn't like a cop, my goal was to change your mind and show you that all cops aren't bad. And I was successful at that a few times. Not every time, but a few times. And I wasn't able to reach my pension. That was another reason why I took this job, was to secure a decent pension for the rest of my life. I didn't get to secure that decent pension. I got cut really, really short. And now I can't even support my family on this pension that I thought I would have been able to reach my full pension, and I didn't. I'm working security gigs just to pay the bills, and that's not even secure, because 1 week I could find work, the week after I can't. This is not what I thought was going to happen when I raised my right hand and swore that oath. It's unacceptable. It really is. If they do this to their own, a good cop that cared about the community and cared about people, and they lie just to kick me off and prove a point or whatever it was, what do you think they're going to do to the community? That's something that would make me very, very worried. If they don't like somebody that's out there and they want them off the street, what do you think they're going to do? They blatantly lied. I have tape recordings of them saying that my range of motion is so bad, that I couldn't bring my arm really above my head. You know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, I won a boxing match. While they were pushing me off, they had me on desk duty. I won a boxing match. How? Explain that to me. That an orthopedic disability issue was so disabled that I cannot finish my last 2 years, but yet I won a boxing match. Obviously, there's something very weird going on, and something very weird went on, which is what makes me want to explain this to you. If this happens to their own, to someone that, like I said, recruited and treated people with respect, cared about the community, what do you think they're going to do to the people they don't like in the community? Or even someone else that's on the job? I think everyone should be worried. At this point, it's not about whether you like cops or not, if you're not a cop. It could be, it's just about a man that's trying to support his family and what's right. You know, I'm not a bad person. I took this job once again to help people, but I also took this job to support my family and secure a pension. They took that away from me. You know what I mean? And that's what this is about. You know, like I said, I don't want to keep repeating it. My goal in life was to treat people with respect and be that good cop. You know, and I was very successful numerous times on that. You know, and this is the thanks that I get. And I'm not trying to make this video to say, well, I deserve this. I didn't. It's not about that. It's about what's right. It's about, yes, what I put my life into. I put my money into. My pension should be mine. I shouldn't be losing close to more than $2,000 a month for the rest of my life because I was a game to you. I was a number. No, that's totally wrong. You know, we take this job once again. Aside from the, you know, sentimental values, we take this job for the pension, and you took that away from me. Every city worker that's on this job right now, whether it's FD, sanitation, police department, will tell you, I take this job because it has a good pension. Guess what? What would you do if 18 years, 2 years away from you, that full pension, they kick you off and you caught them lying? How angry will you be? I'm sure you'll be very angry, and that's what I am right now. I'm very angry. I'm devastated. I'm hurt. You know, I love my job. I loved it with a passion, and now I'm not on it anymore because of somebody. One person just didn't like, or I was there. I don't know what happened, but because of one person that orchestrated this whole thing, look where I am. Now, I'm not blaming the NYPD. I'm not blaming the organization. I'm blaming that one person. But that one person that obviously had some power was powerful enough to pull this and orchestrate this and make sure it went through. How many more people are on this job that can do that? So that's what I need to stress. How many more how many more one person can cause damage like they did to me? Not just to the cops, but to the community, to anyone. Something needs to be done. This guy made sure that at all costs this was done. Lies, manipulation, you know, changing documents. Something has to be done. It has to be done about this. And this was in the medical division. This doctor worked at the medical division. All right. What if there's people that are involved in other units that have power and have ways to manipulate and adjust things that can impact people's lives? This ruined my life. Okay. And that should not happen, especially when you're a good person. Okay. Please, if you hear this message, maybe something could be done. There needs to be something done about this because this cannot happen to the next person. What I went through and the suffering that I'm continuously going through should not have to happen to someone that really cared about other people. You know, I would be very worried. To the guys that are coming on the job, I mean, I was a cadet. I was a recruit in the academy. I was a rookie. I did everything. You know, I paid my dues. 18 years on the job. Look what they did. I'm out of a lot of money in my pension. Community. You know, I was a recruiter for 10 years. I was on patrol for six and a half. I cared about you all. I cared about the kids. I helped numerous kids. I took numerous kids off the street. I put them in boxing gyms. I put them in places where they can, you know, channel their energy somewhere else, positive. And look what happened. I'm not on the job anymore. But yet you have these bad people on the job that are getting arrested for all kinds of crimes. I don't understand how they could still be on the job, or these people are not weeded out. I never did anything wrong. I never had major discipline problems on the job. I think I got a warning and admonished because I lost my Metro card once. But yet, you have people with numerous disciplinary problems that still get to wear the badge and sometimes move up. You know, they pass their multiple choice exam and get promoted. I don't think that that's how that should work. But NYPD, I love you, you know, and I love my job. I really did. And, you know, once again, this is not the NYPD. This is just one person that needs to be looked into. I mean, I just needed to get this message out. As you can see, my YouTube videos, I work out, I run 4 miles every other day. I box 10 to 12 rounds a day. I usually take off on Sundays, so Monday through Saturday I'm working out. What disability do I have? I was labeled totally disabled. Come on. While they were pushing me off, I won a boxing match. I was too disabled to work my last 2 years, but I was healthy enough to fight against a kid that was half my age and win. And that night of the fight, there was a doctor there that was a colleague of the NYPD medical division. And he cleared me for that fight. He didn't realize what they were doing to me, that I was getting pushed off, thank God. But, you know, that's your own fault. You guys don't communicate with each other. He stripped me down to my underwears, examined me thoroughly, checked my shoulders, my legs, my hips, my knees, my eyes, my neck, and cleared me for the fight, and I won. Meanwhile, a couple months after that, I'm getting examined by these 3 doctors, and they're saying my range of motion is the degrees is so bad that my arm can't go above my head. My head. Sorry. Something fishy's going on, and you know, we can discuss tape recordings if you want to come. I'll show you. I'll let you hear them. How obvious the lies were. Thank you, and just wanted to get this message out. You know, there are good cops out there, but the message is this is what they do to the good cops. You know, I don't know why they did this to me. I don't know the exact reason, but I'll tell you this much: I was a good cop. I treated people good, and this is what they do to the good cops. You know, my union didn't fight for me. Nobody stuck up for me. It just kind of, that was it. Just shut me up and got me off the job as quick as possible. Absolutely unacceptable. All right. Thank you all. Please share these videos. Once again, this is not about a cop anymore. This is just about what's right. And I'm sure you all would do the same if this happened to you. All right, love you all. God bless. And thank God for, you know, for God. Thank God for God, because, you know, that's what's gotten me through these tough times. Please share these videos once again, and let's get this message out. All right, God bless you all. Take care.